Those three things are like, when the animal is healthy,
Mhm.
spiritually.
Right.
It's very easy to see the instinct because they do fight, flight, avoidance, or aggression, fear. That's the animal telling you.
Mm-hmm.
But if the spirit is not happy, the animal is not going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit, animal,
Right.
right? And so if the spirit and the animal are not happy, the heart is not going to be happy.
Right. Right.
And then the mind is gonna.
Then they can affect their health.
Of course. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it all begins with a happy spirit.
Right. Right. Yeah. I've had a dog all my life, and we've always had a great time.
Yeah. Happiness,
Yeah.
health, heart, hope.
Mhm.
Right? So
Happiness, health, heart, hope.
yeah. So the happiness is for the spirit. The health is for the animal, the instinct. The love is for the heart, and the hope is for the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I like to bring these words so people can say, oh, yes, my dog feels 100% happy. My dog is 100% healthy. My dog is 100% love.
Peace and riches blessings. I am Michael B. Beckwith, the host of Take Back Your Mind. Peace and riches blessings, everyone, and welcome to the podcast called Take Back Your Mind. I am your host, Michael B. Beckwith, the founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center. And always I get to have an opportunity to have conversations with individuals who are doing extraordinary things in the world, assisting people to come back and take back their mind and heart in a way that allows them to be balanced, beautiful human beings. And today, sitting right here next to me, is Cesar Millan. Brother, thank you for showing up, man. Thank you for driving and being here. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Anytime.
Well, you probably do know who he is, but in case you don't, he's recognized as the Dog Whisperer and the Dog Whisperer series, and is the current host of the top-rated Better Human, Better Dog. Cesar is a household name in the world of dog training and rehabilitation, but he also rehabilitates humans. From his humble beginnings in Coyoacán, Sinaloa, Mexico, his rise to international fame, his journey reveals a man driven by passion, compassion, and unwavering dedication to improving the lives of both dogs and humans. In 1998, Cesar established his Dog Psychology Center, covering 43 acres. This facility has a pool for therapy, a dog park, an agility course, and a variety of walking trails, offering visitors a calm, nature-filled backdrop to allow focus and to inspire balance. He also founded the Cesar Millan Foundation, which works with organizations dedicated to animal welfare. In 2023, he launched his now popular podcast, Better Humans, Better Planet. In September 2024, he was awarded the coveted Medal of Excellence from the Washington Hispanic Caucus in Washington, D.C., and the Hispanic Organization of Latin Actors recently honored Cesar with the prestigious Chita Rivera Lifetime Achievement Award. I remember her. Also notably, 2024 marks the anniversary of this 3 times Emmy Award nominee's 20th consecutive years on U.S. television. 20 years.
20 years on TV.
How'd you get started, man? From the hood to...
From the hood, yes. It was a conversation with the LA Times, and I have no idea about the concept of manifesting or anything like that, or declaring, all that's good stuff that people talks in America. But I also was not afraid to say what I wanted.
Right.
So the LA Times followed me for 3 days, and at the end, they told me something I never heard before, which is, what would you like to do 5 years from now? Because in Mexico, you can die really fast, right? I'm from Sinaloa.
Right.
So you can't plan the next day.
Right. It's the hood of the hood.
It's
intense.
It's as intense as war zone for the drug cartels.
Right.
And so when I heard, what would you like to do 5 years from now? I said, I would like to have my own radio show or my own TV show because I want to help people. Right. So a lot of people start coming in to the hood and South Central, and so it was I couldn't I saw that I was not going to be able to help everybody
Right.
unless I have a different platform.
Right.
So I said it, came out on the newspaper. The newspaper came on a Sunday. On Monday was a line of producers outside South Central wanted to find out what the show was going to be about.
You spoke it into existence.
That's when I started finding out. You know,
Yeah.
'cause this is not the first time I said I want to do something, right?
Right,
When I
right.
was 13, I said I want to be the best doctor in the world.
Right.
And I said it in front of my mother.
Right.
And so my mom said, you can do whatever you want,
Right.
right? At 21, that's where the boys comes and say, you have to go, you have to leave now. And that's when I went to the border and jumped the border. And I managed to, you know.
Well, who's this that said you have to come? Who's that?
It's a voice.
A voice.
A voice.
Oh.
You know how, and you can see visions, you got
Yeah,
voice,
sure,
you got
yeah.
miracles and things like that. So I have heard this voice twice before I came to America. First at 13 and second at 21.
Mm-hmm. So at 13, what did the voice say?
Say you want to be the best doctor in the world.
Okay. And
I
then
was going to judo competition.
Judo.
I'm from Mazatlan, Sinaloa. So I'm walking in the Malecon
Right.
with my mother. My mother would take me to the competitions. And all of a sudden, I just stopped and said, Mom, you think I could be the best doctor in the world? And my mom
But
said,
you weren't dealing with dogs at the time?
Yeah.
You were. Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to be a vet.
Right.
But then that's when you realize that financially you don't have the money.
Right.
Because I have to go from Sinaloa to Guadalajara or to Mexico, and that would cost a lot of money.
Right.
So then the concept of becoming a vet was done.
Right.
Right. So my second choice was to become a dog trainer after watching Lassie and Rin Tin Tin.
I remember Lassie and Rin Tin Tin.
So I grew up watching that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
at the age of 8, I grew up. Those were the shows. The shows
Right,
now
right.
the kids watch is the Dog Whisperer,
Right.
right? So kids want to be the Dog Whisperer. But at that time, for me, I wanted to meet these people that work with Lassie and Rin Tin Tin because the dogs talk.
Right.
You know,
right,
so they
right.
made us believe for a kid like me that those dogs were magical. And so that's what actually inspired me. At one point, I said, I would like to do what they're doing.
Right.
I had no idea what it was.
Right.
Because I'm from this part of the world. So dog training was not, or dog psychology wasn't a part of a conversation.
Right. Right.
You know, like being a Catholic or
Right.
eating seafood.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a part of the conversation.
Right.
But being a dog trainer or a dog psychologist or a behaviorist, nobody ever heard about that.
Right.
But it's something inside that was already brewing inside of me.
So at 21, the voice said, it's time to jump the border.
December 23rd,
Uh-huh.
when I was 21 years old, the
Right.
voice comes, you have to leave now. And then the next day was Christmas, right? So I come to my mom again, Mom, I have to leave. He said, where are you going? I'm going to America. My dad comes and gives me $100, which was his life savings.
Wow.
The rest, I was just going to figure it out,
Right.
right? So I was just going to gamble my life on the
On
other
the voice,
side. Yes, on the voice. That's
Right.
it. And so I leave, and then I arrive at the border a day later, right? And so for 2 weeks, my job was to cross the border.
Uh-huh. So you had to find a spot to get through? I mean, you were walking back and forth? What were
Yeah,
you...
you test everything.
Yeah,
You tried everything because I want to save the $100 that my father gave me.
Right.
That's all I had. And so I was thinking, well, when I cross the border, this will be the money so I can eat.
Right.
Right. And so for 2 weeks, I just live at a faith that I live at adrenaline. And when the immigration will catch me, they'll feed you a bologna sandwich with soda.
Right.
So often I will let them catch me so they can feed me.
Right.
You know, but it took me 2 weeks. So Christmas and New Year's, I was at the border, trying to cross the border.
So how did you finally get in?
Until this coyote guy comes, another time where the boys comes and this dirty, skinny guy smoking a joint comes, and he said, you want to cross? I said, yeah, I'll charge you $100. So that to me was the sign, right? That was the sign. I said, okay, but he's skinny. Everything that my mom told me not to trust in a person. Because, you know, in Mexico, if you're skinny, you're sick. Right. And so that was a very Latino thing back in the day. So it's like, this guy's skinny and is dirty and he's smoking a joint. So everything my mom told me not to trust. But the voice said, this is the one.
Right.
Okay. So this is the beauty part of about this guy. So he didn't take the money as he helped me cross the border. Once we finally are in the other side, he said, I'm going to take you to this Shell station, and I'm going to get you a taxi, and the taxi is going to take you to San Diego. Okay? And I say, I have no more money. He paid the taxi $20 so he can take me out.
Wow.
When I wrote my first book, I wrote Angels That You Can See. So he was one of them.
Right.
You know, he was one of those people that helped me.
Right. He saw something. He felt something.
Hey, listen, coyote are not humanitarians.
You're right. They're making money. He ended up making 80 rather than 100.
You see,
Right.
but obviously something, he was there to help me follow through, right? So that was the beginning of me being able to be in America.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I find a bridge. So I was homeless for 2 months. So I lived under a bridge for a while until I met these two Caucasian ladies who had a grooming salon.
For dogs?
Yes. The first sentence I learned in English was, "Do you have application for work?" I repeat that thing, guys, like millions of times. You know, millions of times. Because I want people to give me a job, right? So I work in Sizzler, washing dishes, and I work in a burrito place, cleaning. You know, it's $5, right? Back then, for you get 2 hot dogs for 99 cents, and AM PM 7-Eleven,
right.
And then I find out about the big gulp.
Yeah, right.
So you invest in the big gulp one time and you will refill. That I never saw it in my life.
That was magic back then.
That was magic.
Yeah. You never runs out. You just buy once and keep coming back.
It. Yeah. You know, and so the hot dogs, you got to make $1. So you say, I can live with $1 a day in America. Because that was it. You know, just get a little bit of carbs and whatever thing is in the hot dog.
Right.
And then the rest is adrenaline rush.
Right.
You know, so I was perfectly fine.
So now you're at this salon.
Yeah.
And are you working there? Are you helping? What
I went in and I asked, you know, do you have application for work? And the ladies started talking in English, and at that time, I remember, you know, I couldn't answer. But they point to the back, and they had a black Cocker Spaniel that was very aggressive towards them, right? And so I saw how they were manipulating it, or how they were touching it, and I saw why the dog was reacting that way. So I instinctually knew.
Right.
So when they gave me the opportunity to go in the back, I grabbed the face of the dog, lift it so he can feel proud. He relaxed, and I began to groom. And so from that point on, the ladies were stunned, right? This kid, I'm 21, was able to calm the dog down. Wow. That day, I made $60.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I said, what am I going to do with so many hot dogs? You know?
You had to expand your diet a little bit.
A little bit. I didn't know nothing about diet. At that time, I had zero.
Right.
But you get 50% of profit. And so that day, I saw so much money at once just for grooming a dog.
Wow.
You know?
So that was your entry into actually
the
dog world, starting that hearing that other voice say, I want to be the best dog trainer in the world. That was your entry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Grooming. So what happened after that? Now you're in what city?
It's Chula Vista.
Chula Vista. Okay.
Chula Vista. Yes. I would stay right by a freeway. I took my older son when I did the a little bit of my life, and I took him to where I used to live.
We used to live under the freeway. Wow.
Yeah. I was a working homeless. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, and and a temporary one.
Right.
And so after that, I was able to make money because you get paid so much money. So at one point, I made $1,000. Right, and then
in what period of time?
Like a month.
Okay.
Right, so it was.
And you're saving it.
Yeah. Well, I live under a freeway.
Yeah, you just need a hot dog a day. You okay?
Like I'm very simple. I'm still very simple. Right. So I saved the money. Then back then it was a store named Miller Outpost. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So I went to buy my first Levi's, and I wanted the 501, the original one.
Right.
The worst thing I did. Because I didn't have a place to wash them, so it was they were hard.
Right.
So it was I really didn't like it at that time, but I bought my first Levi's. That was a big accomplishment for me.
Right, and now look at you. So you went from Chula Vista. How did you Then you went to South Central. How did you get to South Central?
So you know it's another border, right? It's San Clemente.
Okay.
So it's another border you have to cross, and that one you can only cross it in a bus. But you have to make sure that they're not stopping buses. So then I became friends of people in the streets, and one guy came to me and said, "Hey, listen, they're not stopping right now on the border." And that's when I went to the Greyhound.
The grapevine. Told you what was happening.
Yeah. Well, hey, you gotta. I can make friends real quick.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I passed. I arrived in Skid Row in LA at that time.
Right.
And that's when I saw a completely different way of homeless.
Right.
Right. So I just went through Skid Row in LA, and I landed up on a bench. The next day, I'm calling kennels, and because I wanted to work in a kennel.
Right.
And so the Yellow Pages were there.
Right.
And the big.
Right.
Big
Now they have
telephone
Google.
booth.
Right.
Telephone booth, right? And so that's how I got my first job as a kennel boy.
Wow. So did the voice tell you to leave Chula Vista? It's time to go, or did you
No,
just
the
felt-
guy who told me, the guy who's saying they're not stopping. So I guess that's another voice, But the voice that I'm talking about is not a human; it's just a voice.
I know what you're saying. But I just want to know, you're doing grooming,
Yes.
and now you're leaving the grooming.
Yeah.
Because you that was just a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're ready to go to the next thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you're in South Central at this point.
No, I'm in Inglewood.
You're in Inglewood. Close.
Yes. So I landed in Inglewood, right by the Forum, and so then that became my territory.
Right.
And so I was with a guy named Ross, and he let me live in the back of his house in a studio. And he had a dog named Psych and a dog named Howie, a German Shepherd and a Rottweiler. And for $300 a month, I will work with his dogs, and then he will give me a place to live.
Wow.
Yeah, but by that time I was working on this kennel in Gardena, and then eventually I started working on a car wash. That's what I actually got paid by the hour.
Okay. When did you actually move off the streets?
2 months later.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was only homeless for 2 months.
So now we're segueing to that moment where someone's asking you what you want, and you say you want your own show. So
yeah.
So how did you get from this kennel to that?
So South Central was from a guy named Waldo Sanchez. He was a Cuban guy. They needed someone to come and take care of this parking lot because he used to sell used clothes, and so when people would break in, they would leave cigarettes and they would light up the whole thing.
Oh wow!
Right. So by then I already had 40 dogs that I was caring for it.
40 different people?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I used to charge $10 per dog.
You had 40 clients.
Yeah. 10. So I would
Per
make
day?
my money. Yes. I would make my money by volume.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't have papers, I didn't speak English.
Right.
So I didn't think that I can charge you anything, right? I didn't know my value.
Yeah.
Right. So, but definitely I can say, well, if I charge $10, you can't say no to me. It's cheap.
It's cheap, right.
You know what I mean? So I will get 40 dogs. So that's actually the best thing that happened to me because people will see me walking with 40 dogs off leash from Inglewood to South Central, right? This is a Mexican
I've seen
guy.
that.
Yeah.
I've seen you do that.
Yeah, it's a Mexican guy that walks dogs off leash from Inglewood to South Central. So it became like this incredible marketing,
Right.
or this incredible thing. Imagine if we would have a social media at that time.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I would be killing it.
Right. But you're killing it now.
Yeah, it's a different.
You're bringing
way.
it to life.
You know what I mean? So I just walked. That's
Right.
it. That's all I did. Walk. So I became a dog walker.
Uh-huh.
Right. But because I was walking dogs, I was also rehabilitating dogs.
Right.
And so that would bring them to South Central because I needed a place where they can all chill.
Right.
You know, so living in Inglewood, by then I got married. We have Andre. So now I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm trying to hustle.
Right.
You know, I'm trying to learn English. I have no papers.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure it out. Everything.
Yes.
You know, so it's a lot of things.
You're the opposite of lazy.
The opposite.
We gotta hustle.
Yeah, that's right. I'm overwhelmed and I didn't know. You
Right.
know, so but that's actually the beauty of how people got to know me, right? And how people start trying to help, like Waldo, with his parking lot. And that became the Dog Psychology Center in South Central.
Wow.
The first Dog Psychology Center in the world was in South Central.
Wow. Wow. I remember when you were attending Agape
Yes.
there in Inglewood.
Yes.
What years were those?
Oh, my God. So I've been on TV for 20 years, I think at 25.
Yeah.
That was before TV.
Yeah, before you were on television. Yeah.
So I was in Stockton and La Brea, and that's how I find out about you.
Right.
And it's this, I'm Catholic by definition, or by growing up in Mexico. So I never heard, a different kind, a different way to connect, communicate, have a relationship with God. So that was very, very exciting to me, because I really enjoy more having a conversation about energy, about philosophy, just being a good human.
Yeah, just being a good human.
Just being a good human.
Yeah. Which is how you now that's a part of your whole deal with the dogs.
Yeah.
Because basically one of the things you do, the trick is you're actually creating better humans.
Yeah.
You're not just training a dog. You're actually training the human how to be a better human to be with their dog.
Yeah. No, first is connection.
Yeah. With the dog?
The human to the dog. Yeah. Right? Because you train the mind at the end. Mm-hmm. So the mind is the only one you got to train. The spirit, the instinct, and the heart, you have to connect.
Right.
And you have to have communication and relationships. And that's what I call trust, respect, love. So if you don't have that.
Trust, respect, love.
Yes. Love is at the end, right? Because dog people like to give love in the beginning. But my clients are dog lovers.
Right.
So they're giving this energy before trust and respect, right? And then they hire me. Right. Because they don't have trust and respect.
Right.
So they do it
backwards. The dog's doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because the dog takes over.
Right.
The dog becomes the leader of these humans.
Yeah. Right.
Because
the dog is the alpha.
They become, because they believe in the animal world, confidence is leadership.
Right.
And animals, value more loyalty than love. It's like a mafia kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So love is beautiful, is important, but it's not the first ingredient, right? So first is about honesty, integrity, loyalty. And then it's about responsibilities. And then what position are you going to play in the pack?
Right.
And then once you understand that your position is leadership as a human and as the owner or the pet parent of that dog, your job is to be confident, direction, protection. Human being must project the energy that allow others to feel safe and peace.
Yes.
And with animals, they don't know how to lie. So if you're not projecting the energy, the animal is not going to feel safe and peace.
And they're going to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, because without
for their own safety.
Yeah, they're going to go fight, flight, avoidance. They're going to go into aggression. They're going to go into fear. They're going to go into ignoring you, fight, flight, avoidance. The animal and the dog will come out and tell you, hey, we don't feel safe. Hey, we don't feel peaceful.
Right.
The love you're talking about,
right.
We're not getting it.
I got to be safe first.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be leading this pack.
Yeah. Look at Israel and Palestine. Look at Ukraine. Look at Mexico. Look at Venezuela.
Russia,
Everywhere there is chaos.
Right.
What we humans want is safe peace.
Right.
So what does it take? Well, you just need to have a good human.
Right. Who
is in the front position.
Right.
Because if that human is not a good human, you're going to feel that way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The energy is corrupt.
Yeah, I saw something on Instagram that said, a dog would never choose the dumbest in the pack to lead. Only humans do that.
We are the only species that follow unstable leaders.
Yeah.
The only species that follow unstable leaders.
Right.
Because we go after money, fame, power.
Right. Celebrity and all that. Yeah.
Versus animals, natural, simple, profound. So you have to be the most natural, the most simple, the most profound.
Right.
Right? So what does that mean? Profound means you have to be the most spiritual. Simple, what does that mean? You know how to love. Natural means what? That you know how instincts work.
Right.
And if you're smart, that's a plus.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you're intelligent, that's a plus.
You're talking about like the Forrest Gump vibration.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't supposed to be smart, but he had all those other things.
Yeah.
People loved him in the movie. I mean, obviously it's a fictional character.
Right. I know a lot of people who have handicap problems, but they're incredible with animals.
Yes.
Right? So we might not say, well, he's not intelligent. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's a happy person. He's a healthy person. He's a loving person, meaning he can create trust, respect, love.
Absolutely.
You see what I mean? So can that person walk? Look, blind people can walk a dog.
Right.
Right? So why a human who can't see walk a dog better than a human who can see?
Right.
Right?
It's all their internal.
Yeah, it's the energy inside.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you meet a dog, I mean, you pick up on the energy immediately, and you know exactly what to do for this particular dog. I mean, I know the answer to this question because I've seen you do it. You did it with one of my dogs. So.
Yeah. Well, most people will see the breed of the dog. Most people will see the size of the dog or the gender of the dog, or they will hold to the story of what happened to that dog, right? So they will not feel, right? So the reason why I love Noble Silence is because that's when you feel. And then second, I love calmness, and that's the breath, right? So first is no noise inside of me, and second is just a simple breath. So Noble Silence and calmness allows me to assess and evaluate the dog quicker than me knowing what I know.
Right.
So my mind is number 3.
Right, absolutely.
Love, joy is number 4 and number 5. So it's Noble Silence, calmness, confidence, love, joy. So we are all these energies, and if you use it in a certain order, you get certain outcome, right? So Noble Silence connects to the spirit of a dog.
What does that mean? Somebody's introducing you to their dog. You're quiet with them? Is that what you're saying?
Because I'll tell you one thing. So in America, people are going to learn to do sound first. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Right? So in America, you will learn as a kid, the sound is how you connect.
Right.
How you express.
Right.
So what you're going to trigger is an excited dog.
Right.
You see what I mean? So if you're not looking how the dog is already feeling, you're going to send them to another level.
Right, based on your voice.
Based on your excitement.
Right, in the voice.
You see, because you can no voice and just project excitement, the animal will pick up on it. You know what I mean? Just like you don't have to say, I'm nervous, you can just be nervous, and the animal will pick up on it.
Right.
Sound is extra.
Right.
You're just going to make it worse.
Right.
You know? And so dog people like to do ears, eyes, nose, when it should be nose, eyes, ears. And it should be quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah, because you have to gain the trust first so you can gain the respect.
Right.
So once you have trust, respect, now you give them the love. Because love can be food, water, shelter, family. If you have money, then toys. And right? That's extra. You know, toys is an extra thing. A lot of times people think that toys is mandatory.
It's not necessary.
No, the toys can be a stick. Can be just go to a third world country. Right. Watch how a dog plays.
Right.
You see what I mean? And that dog is perfectly fine because it's following the humans off leash.
Right.
You know, the American dream for a lot of dog people is to be able to walk a dog off leash.
Yes.
That's the American dream.
Right.
You know, and in Mexico, everybody does it.
Right.
It's
just other parts of the world.
Third world country. That is third world country.
I walk the dog off leash all the time.
Anywhere that is third world country, you're going to see humans with no leash.
Right.
America is a leash law. You see it? And on top of that,
don't let your dog come into this park without a leash. Like there's signs up that say that.
Well, in the street, you can't walk a dog off leash.
Yeah.
You can't, unless you're homeless.
Right.
Homeless people can walk a dog off leash, and the dog's in the back. Right. You see, 9 out of 10 homeless have a pit bull, right? So 9 out of 10 homeless in LA, they have a pit bull, and they walk their homeless off leash. So the homeless and the handicapped person and myself are the only 3 people, and obviously you that you say you walk a dog off leash. Those are the only people they walk a dog normal, natural.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
But that's because of the respect.
Trust, respect.
And then the loyalty, vibration.
If it's no trust, no respect, it's hard to be loyal to someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you can love people, doesn't mean you trust them. You can love people, doesn't mean you respect
absolutely.
them.
I always say, love people, trust God.
Yeah.
you know, but don't get it mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always tell people, trust your spirit, respect your instinct, love with your heart, create with your mind.
Right.
So the mind is to create. So I want to be the best doctor in the world. Well, I have to trust my spirit. I have to respect my instinct. I have to love, with my heart, so I can push that idea because I have no money.
Right.
So the only thing I have is faith, hard work, and passion.
Right. And you have an idea. That's pulling you, like a vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you meet a dog and the dog is off balance, you can tell the energy is off balance.
Immediately.
Yeah. And so what's your first move?
Well, depends what I'm working with. Because if I'm working with a dog that is coming towards me, right, I have to, almost like Tai Chi, right? If it's a dog that wants to run away from me, flight, the nervous dogs, the fearful dogs, I have to block him before he runs. If I'm working with a dog that is practicing avoidance, because that's all it is, fight, flight, avoidance. I have to attract them with some kind of smell, with some kind of sight, or with some kind of hearing. Obviously, it's much easier to work with a dog that is avoiding you because he's not in a fight flight.
Right.
So when you are in a fight flight, you have to be that's what I always say, consult a professional, because it takes 1 second for a dog to bite. It takes 1 second for a dog to run away.
Right.
You see it? So you have to be very, very aware what is the decision that his instincts are about to make. right? So you block or redirect. Those are your two options. That's it.
Yeah. Now, tell us a little bit about some of the people you've worked with. Not their names, but I mean some of the stories about some of the dogs you've had to work with and rehabilitate the human. What is some of the
I think everybody loves the story when I work with Oprah, right? Because it's such a big pack leader, right? And when she is on TV, she's confident, right? But when she was with the dog, she was afraid.
These are her own dogs.
Yes, it's her own dogs.
Yeah.
For 11 years, this particular dog was biting the other dogs belong to her, right?
11 years.
11 years. 11 years. That's right. So what happened with when people have that situation, they learn to live with it, right? And they create like a maximum security situation, meaning they have fences everywhere.
So the dogs can't bite the other dogs.
That's right. That's how they end up solving the problem, but they can't put the pack together.
Right.
And the only reason why they can't put the pack together is because the energy they were projecting was not confident. And the reason why I love to give that example, because everybody knows Oprah, and so everybody can empathize or understand. So if I can be successful with humans, it doesn't mean I'm going to do it with dogs, but you should be able, right?
Right.
As long as you are a consistent, good human, right? Because you can become confident with humans and you can become confident with dogs,
right?
And with yourself as well. So that's what I brought to the picture. I say, just give me a distance, social distance, right? Before the word social distance. And I brought my pack. I was in Montecito with her. So I brought my pack. And
how many in the pack?
I had 12 at that time. 12, small pack. Right, because I don't want to overwhelm them. One of them was a pit bull named Daddy. That was Redman used to own Daddy. So Daddy was part of my pack. She was afraid of Daddy, right, because it was a pit bull. So I managed to convince her, don't worry about it. Daddy is going to be able to get the gap close, and rightfully so. And her show live, we did the rehabilitation. Sophie felt trust. She went and did her thing. She became friends of all my pack, and so like, and then she goes, she's never done that. And the reason why the magic can happen or the miracle can happen, because animals don't hold the past.
Right.
They live in the moment, which is one of the beautiful teachings people can learn before they go out to unconditional love. Right. Because that's another lesson. Right. But the live in the moment concept is that's how I rehabilitate dogs. I just live in the moment. If your dog had a bad situation or a bad thing three seconds ago, that's not what it is. Right. And so my job is to help them recover, calm, surrender. Right. So the concept of calm surrender is a concept that everybody in the yoga world, in the meditation world, and you want to manifest, people talk about it, but nobody uses it in the dog because they think the surrender is weakness. So it's funny how if you use the same word, surrender, in the dog world, it can come across as a weakness. Right. Or if you use the word assertive, dominant, and so that's why I change words. Right. So I use now calm, confident.
Calm, confident.
Yeah, that's the pack leader position. Right. Calm, surrender. You can assess and evaluate. Happy-go-lucky, you're middle of the pack. Right. So calm, surrender, happy-go-lucky, calm, confident. When you're a kid, you have to learn to follow. How do you learn how to follow? You learn calm, surrender, and you learn noble silence. Once you achieve it, celebrate, happy-go-lucky. Later in life, you can be calm, confident, or the leader of something. Right. But in the meantime, if your grandparents are there, or your parents are there, the best thing you can do as a kid is calm, surrender, and happy-go-lucky to them.
Right. Let them lead.
Get the lead.
And there's a lot of trust there, so you can. They have the loyalty built in.
You have to learn that.
So
as a kid.
What did you actually do in the Oprah situation? You brought your pack. Did you work with the dog? Did you work with Oprah?
So by me moving, a source, and in this case, Oprah is the source of fear. By me moving her away, I can come in and influence. Okay. Right. And so then I needed her to see it, but I didn't want her to influence it. Right. So the closer you are, the more you can influence. The farther away you are, now I can influence. Right. So I just wanted her to see her problem was more in the mind than in the reality. That's right.
That's why you talk about building better humans.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And it's, this money, fame, power. So this is the most famous woman on earth.
Right.
And I was able to help. And those are great things for me because, for me, it's about teaching you how to be natural, simple, profound with money or without money.
Right.
Money, fame, and power is, you earn it.
Yeah.
But what about if you don't have it? I can still teach you. Right. I won the whole world to have an incredible relationship with Mother Nature before you die.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So now you meet this dog. You access the energy.
Sophie. Yeah. That was Sophie.
Yeah, but just any dog.
Any dog, yeah. The name is irrelevant. The name is something that we like to give.
Right.
In the animal world, they just see themselves as a position in the pack.
Right.
They don't even see themselves as, I'm a Rottweiler, you're a Chihuahua.
No, they don't.
You know what I mean? Or I'm a Rottweiler, you're a cat. It's like, no, a relationship can be done based on the energy that you have.
Uh-huh. So how big is your pack now?
Right now, it's small. We only have 5 right now because, when I stopped shooting, what I do is I focus on cleaning the ranch. Mm-hmm. So it's 43 acres.
Yeah. So where do the dogs go? You give them away?
To their homes.
Okay.
Right. I rescue and then I rehab and then I find the right home. Mm-hmm. And because now I travel and I do live events and then I can't leave 65 dogs. Nobody has that knowledge and the energy to control that many guys. So that was once in a lifetime. Right now is we're working smart, I guess. That was like my teaching moment, to be able to, because at that time I had 65 dogs and 2 humans, my kids, and when people ask me what's easy to raise, 65 dogs or 2 humans, 65 dogs.
Right.
2 humans, they want to go to wherever they want to go. 65 dogs want to go wherever I want to go.
Has any members of your family followed suit with you?
Yeah. My 2 kids are doing it, not at the same level because I think,
How old are they?
30 and 26. They're definitely grew up in a place where it was much comfortable,
more than
Sinaloa, it makes you a little bit, certain energy. The border makes you another energy. Living in the streets makes you a different energy. The kids, they
didn't have any of that.
They didn't went through it, right. So that's why I don't let them take medium to high cases, just medium low. Eventually they can take it, but I just don't want them to get hurt. Do
they want to do that for their life like you?
It's good business. If they're smart, they should do it. You know what I mean? That's it. This is all I have. 2 humans, 2 males. That's it. That's all my kids.
Somebody wrote in something they wanted me to ask.
Do it.
This person is a veterinarian. He mentioned possible spiritual imbalances in humans and animals that could be related to physical health issues. How do you define a spiritual balance in animals? Do you feel that animals spiritual?
Yeah,
absolutely. I knew the answer, but I just wanted you to say it.
Yeah,
And so this person is asking about a spiritual imbalance in an animal.
It's very easy to see, when the spirit of an animal is not where it should be. It's just happy, happy and free.
Right.
And have the beautiful silence.
Right.
That's those 3 things are like, when the animal is healthy. Spiritually,
right.
It's very easy to see the instinct because they do fight, flight, avoidance or aggression, fear. That's the animal telling you. But if the spirit is not happy, the animal is not going to be happy. Spirit, animal, right. And so if the spirit and the animal are not happy, the heart is not going to be happy.
Right.
And then the mind is gonna.
Then they can affect their health.
Of course. Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it all begins with a happy spirit.
Right. Yeah. I've had a dog all my life, and we've always had a great time.
Yeah, happiness, health, heart, hope, right? So
happiness, health, heart, hope.
Yeah. So the happiness is for the spirit, the health is for the animal, the instinct, the love is for the heart, and the hope is for the mind, right? So I like to bring these words so people can say, oh yes, my dog feels 100% happy, my dog is 100% healthy, my dog is 100% love. Yeah, because they can go 60, 80 in it, but you don't want it. You want 100. You want 100%.
Right.
And that's why exercise plays such a big role.
Right. You get on your skates sometimes.
Yeah, rollerblades.
And rollerblades and have all these dogs just running.
Yeah. Remember, it's five body motions: stretch, walk, run, rest, sleep. So many dogs need to run.
Right.
And so if they have not run, believe me, they're not happy.
Right.
So the reason why I do rollerblades is because the quickest way to drain this necessity.
Right.
right?
Just to run them.
Yeah, you have to let them run, and that's why I bought the mountains, because a lot of times, I used to go to Runyon Canyon, and I would get tickets because the dogs, yeah, you can only walk 3 dogs at a time. I'm fucking 40 dogs, 65 dogs.
You get one ticket for all the dogs?
No, for each dog that is off leash. That's why I bought right.
It's keeping you broke.
Yes, I'm telling you.
That's why you had to get your own park, your own ranch,
my own mountain, and my mountain is after Runyon Canyon. I love that place. It really helped me a lot. Runyon Canyon.
And they didn't recognize you as Cesar Millan
at that time.
Yeah.
The people.
Could you do it now?
I don't think that. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I know you don't want to.
No, I don't. I will get tickets in a second.
Yeah.
Because now I have haters.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you get some haters, right? So
but what about now? So many people are trying to do what you do.
Yeah.
A lot of people are trying to. I mean, you're the OG.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Well, some people want to do what you do, right? So
absolutely.
the good thing is that's the leader position, right? So we're supposed to inspire, our people, our families, our friends, the world.
Right.
Yeah. If we're doing good, we want you to be inspired.
Does anybody come to you for training?
Oh my God, the whole world.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you are training people to follow.
No, I train humans, rehabilitate dogs. And you don't have to have a dog to come to see me. Actually, I would like for the world, before they get a dog, to come to see me, right? And then you learn the energy, philosophy, actions, and then you learn which dog is compatible to you. Because people still rescuing or purchasing dogs based on cuteness, or they feel sorry for the dog.
Right. Those are the wrong reasons.
That's the wrong reason. Just like me, when I used to just date a woman because she was cute. So it gets you in trouble. Right. You need to know is the spirit of the woman, the instinct of a woman, the heart of a woman, the smart of a woman. Besides, the outside is easy to assess and evaluate.
It's only skin deep, as they say.
So it's very, very important for me to practice what I teach people with dogs, for me to do it with humans.
Right.
Yeah, because I have met some dishonest humans, disrespectful humans, not a good heart humans, not very smart humans. But it's my fault, right? I was not applying what I was teaching about those. Yeah, so that's why I go to Read Me Out. That's why I go to different. I talk to you, to stay healthy. So I attract that. I want a happy, healthy, loving, smart woman.
Right. He mentioned both he and I are on the board of advisors of the Rhythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. We have a lot of great people on that board of advisors. But I remember when Jerry asked me about Cesar, I said, absolutely. Yeah,
I'm the dog guy and the board, you know. Yes, because I want to help people to do the transition, right? So after you become clean and you learn this beautiful philosophy of life, and now the actions, where can you practice it? Well, don't forget your dogs.
Don't forget your dogs.
Don't forget your cats. Don't forget your birds.
Well, do you work with people with cats too?
Now I have cats.
Yeah, you have cats.
I have llamas, alpacas, emus.
You're the animal whisperer. You're Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
I grew
Dr.
up in a farm,
right? Yes, of course. I grew up in a farm in Mexico, so we have goats and we have different things. So, but it's just the dog. It's the species that most people allows the most, right? But you can have an incredible relationship with any species.
Right.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, I'm having an incredible relationship right now with the squirrels in my backyard.
Yeah,
I feed them.
You can.
And they show up at the same time now.
Yeah.
They run away when the dog comes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep the dog cool, but the dog think that's its backyard.
I can help you with that.
And then there was coyotes are coming around.
Those, let them go.
No, I don't mess with them, but they don't bother me. I just kind of look at them, and they look at me, and they walk away.
That's right.
But about 2 weeks ago, the Malinois chased the coyote out of the backyard.
Yep.
Just,
That's right. Flush him out.
I didn't even know the coyote was in the backyard. He just wanted to get out. He was just anxious to get out. And I thought he was trying to chase a cat or a squirrel. He took off. And the last thing I saw was the coyote jumping over the fence. And the Malinois was just...
That's right.
So,
It's territory. That's right.
Good boy.
That's right. There is rules, boundaries, and limitations, and that's all they're talking about. That's it. Because, on the ranch, there's coyotes everywhere.
Yeah.
So I do allow my pack to chase them out. But they do have a boundary. How far can they go? That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
So I'm going to come to the ranch.
Please, you have to come. You need to come because it's a magical place.
Yeah.
It's a place that was built for humans to, as soon as they see it, to feel safe, to feel the peace, and to feel their whatever the problem is with their dog is going to be taken care of, you know.
So you have two things. You have this ranch, it's 42 acres, right?
43.
43 acres. And then you have a dog psychology foundation. Okay. Those are two different things, right?
Yeah. The foundation is more educational, right? Is to make sure the rescue organizations, because the rescue organizations lead everything with the heart, but you still have to have the knowledge,
right?
You know, otherwise the poor people end up overwhelmed, right? Because they keep rescuing, so they don't have a limit. You know, and they don't know how to rehab. So it's rescue, rehab, rehome. And these people just rescue. They don't rehab.
They don't rehab.
No.
Do you help them?
Yes.
You go in and help
That's
them?
what the foundation is for.
But are the right people using your foundation? Are they?
Yeah.
The rescuing folks are coming in to see you?
That's oh my God, I've been doing that since South Central, way before I had mine.
Right.
You know, way before I had a TV show. I saw that America had rescue organizations, which is something that in Mexico we never had.
Right.
You know, and so I saw that, okay, these people are completely clueless. They have a big heart, but they have no idea, you know.
But you gained your knowledge just through instinct and intuition. No one trained you.
That's right.
Yeah, you just knew. You had a certain dog whisperer frequency.
I think some people are born with a mission.
Yeah.
Right? And I just follow it.
Right.
Like before I lead, I follow.
Right.
So
those are my favorite statements. They always ask me about how to lead. I said, I listen.
Yeah. I listen. I'm a good follower. Yeah. I'm a good follower. I follow God. I follow my family. I follow, I'm learning to follow my heart. And that's the reason why I went to Rhythmia. And my mind is very creative, you know. So the only thing I was not understanding is the concept of the heart, the concept of the love. When do I love? You know what I mean? Yeah. I knew when to believe. I knew when to like hard work, my instincts, you know. Like, okay, sometimes I follow.
Because you had to, because of how you grew up. You had to know about certain things.
In Sinaloa,
for
you have to use your instincts.
Yeah.
And you're street smart.
Right.
You know, and so, but the heart is optional.
Yeah.
You know? So you have to believe in God. You have the good instinct. You have to be smart. That's it. The heart, it could be seen as a weakness over there.
Yeah, right.
You know, and so I didn't use it for a while, and so. And so, you know, now I love. I did it with the dogs. I did it with my kids. I did it with my mother and my my family. But everybody else, I was just terrified.
Right.
You know, so
keeping people out.
Yeah, keeping people out. So it was something that I have to move out of the way. I have to rehabilitate my heart.
So did you do some of that work at Rhythmia? I mean, I know you came to Agape years ago, but you did some of that work at Rhythmia.
Yes, it cleaned me out.
Yeah.
I go there to get
with your
clean.
soul.
That's right.
And your heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I can be with the heart, right? So because it's the soul, and then through your body, and then the heart.
Right.
If you notice, it's 1, 2, 3. It's first is spirit, then is your instinct. You're doing all of that, and then the heart can feel. Can feel.
He's talking about the purging that takes place when you're doing ayahuasca at the Rhythmia Life Advancement Center.
You're cleaning stuff from ancestors, from your parents. But I just go there to dance and help people, and they love to see the dog whisper and Rhythmia. People like to see it, and they feel more trust. A lot of people are afraid of it. I was never afraid of doing the ceremonies. I love plants.
Right.
You know, Mother Nature for me is like, it makes sense.
Right.
Why didn't give me a long time ago? You know, ayahuasca. So I started doing ayahuasca when I was like 50.
50?
50. I'm 55 now. So, I wish I could have done. But the first time I did it with my kids. Because I told them, listen, I'm pretty sure I pass you some stuff.
Right.
You know,
let's do it together.
Let's do it together. Okay. It's Father's Day. I'm paying. You have no choice.
Did you take them to Rhythmia?
No, we did it here. We did it here. And then Andre's coming. To Rhythmia. Yes.
When you going back? I go twice a year. I go.
Me too.
January and July.
Me too.
I teach there.
Me too. I go twice a year. I love to go often because I love the dance.
But he doesn't let us come at the same time.
That's right. That's why it makes no sense. That's right. One pack liter at a time. But one day it should be like all of us, so people can have that experience of all these incredible people, right? Because we all want the same. We want better humans.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Jerry, we're talking about you, man. I know you're going to watch this, so we're giving you a good shout out, man, for the wonderful work you're doing there at the Life Advancement Center of Rhythmia. It's powerful. Yeah. So this has been great, man. Anything that you want to say that you haven't said, based on any question at all?
Well, I think as a world, we should focus and having good energy, having good philosophy, having good actions, and to practice that with animals.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all it takes to have a good dog, right? A good human that has noble silence, calmness, confidence, love, and joy. The philosophy has to be dog psychology because he's a dog. I'm sorry that you can't humanize them, right?
But people try to do that.
I know, but it's wrong,
Yeah.
right? It's a business psychology, right?
Right,
You
right.
have to use the psychology in order for you to
Right.
be successful with this adventure you're about to end. And then there's the actions, right? The actions is exercise, discipline, affection, the body, the mind, the heart, and so I know that we already all were born in a very corrupt world, but I think we can shift it.
Right.
You know, we can help shift it. The dog people,
Right.
the spiritual people.
Right.
We can shift the energy of the world just by being good humans. My Mother's Day just passed like 3 weeks ago, and I said, "What can I give my mother as a gift?" And then I was in arrhythmia, and then something inside of me said, "Just be a good human." That was it. Just to be a good
But isn't
human.
that what a real mother always wants?
Yes.
They actually want their kids
But I never felt it.
to be better humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm an honest man. I'm a respectful man. I'm a loving man, and I'm a smart man.
Yeah.
And my kids are receiving that. They speak English and Spanish and dogs.
Right.
Right. And they're helping people.
Yeah.
You know, I told them every day, listen, when I die, I want you to continue
Right.
this thing because it's important that all kids in the world, you know, or adolescent or adults or seniors, they all want to hear something good. You know, they all want to have hope.
Yeah.
You know,
Even the ones whose heart isn't open, they really want that.
yeah, we have to pray
underneath.
for them.
Yeah.
Right? We have to pray for them. And as a pack, we pray for that one person until we break through it.
Right.
Right? And
Because
that's
we're
how
all
it works.
connected from the center. Yeah. So we're slowly opening them up, not against their will, but we're actually touching their divine will that wants to be open.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's an activation.
As a pack, look, I use a pack of dogs to rehabilitate one dog.
Yeah.
That's one of the secrets I have, right? Yeah. My pack will influence your dog in a second. Same thing as with a prayer. Right. As a pack of human praying for one person, and that's what people call miracles.
Right.
Right? So it's a mystery with the magic and the miracles.
Right.
So dog people, please wake up and just join me in this mission.
Right.
You know, it was a dream to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, this is a long time coming.
A long time, years. You know, so don't lose your hope or your patience to talk to your idols or people that influence you and you admire dearly. And just, you know, the divine time.
Can I say I'm proud of you?
Thank you.
I've watched you for years.
Please tell them.
You know, I watched this man for years. He was always a man of his word. He always did what he said he was going to do. And I just watched him. I had him to my house. He trained one of my dogs. And I just always felt like connected to him in the great work that he's doing. The dog whisperer is with me today on Take Back Your Mind. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's my dream that you're here.
Thank you. Thank you. And now we're part of the same board.
Right.
So it's an honor as a Mexican guy, jumping the border, and I'm part of the changing the world.
Are you legal now?
Yes, I am. I pay a lot of taxes, man. You want me here.
Yeah, you want me here.
You want me here. I earned the position.
That is fantastic. Well, anything else?
To be continued.
Well, to be continued. Let me ask you one more.
Go for it.
What was your toughest case with the dog or human?
A dog named Brunello. Brunello is a dog that has neurological problems. That means one wire wasn't touching. Blind, deaf, extremely aggressive. So how do you change the mind of a blind and deaf and neurological problem? You pray a lot. That's exactly.
Did it work?
Of course it did. Oh my God. Yeah.
So the aggression stopped?
Yes. You learn to feel before it erupt, like a volcano. Because Brunello was like a volcano. You can't stop him. Right. You know, but those are the guys. You know, those are the cases that make you your very best. The one you have to ask for the help of God.
Yeah, you went into the prayer field. Yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, Cesar Millan. This is the Dog Whisperer. Oh, how can they find you? What kind of information do they
Cesar Millan, CesarMillan.com or Instagram, Cesar's Way, on social media, TikTok, everywhere.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to Take Back Your Mind. Have a beautiful day. Dynamic blessings to you. We're going to enter into a state of consciousness provided to us by the pause that refreshes, otherwise known as meditation. See, state precedes stage. There are stages of unfoldment and development, but you must be able to maintain a certain state in order for the stage to unfold. So in meditation, you're coming to a state of expanded awareness, intentionality, and training intentionality, and attention, training your attention. So as you're able to train your attention, have intention, and then your state changes. And that state affects the chemicals of your body, the coherence of the brain. It affects so much. And so meditation is such a powerful modality for life transformation that think how the world would be if everyone stopped every morning before they left their home, releasing the worry, the rush, the anxiousness, the anxiety, the futurizing, the fear of the future, and just stopped and had a moment of connection beyond right and wrong, beyond opinions, connection, and then moved into the day. That would mean that the eternal is in each person's step. Life would look a lot differently. Let's practice. You stop in this moment, take a deep inhalation, release. Let's take 2 more. Inhalation, release, inhalation, release. And allow yourself to be aware that you are pure awareness itself. You're not the body, you're not the mind, you're not the mental body, you're not the emotional body. You're not your emotions, you're not your thoughts. You are pure awareness, and all that I just described is passing through your awareness. So become an onlooker, a witness. Look at the thought forms passing through, the feeling tones, the emotions, sights and sounds that might be around you, particularly sounds when your eyes are closed. All of that is in your field of awareness, but it's not you. You are you, not what's passing through. So we augment this with the awareness that your breath is happening presently. So you're able to place attention on the breath without trying to change the breath in any way. You're just aware of it. And as you are aware of the breath, you're noticing that your body temple, breathing, is happening in the present. This breath is not happening in the future. And this breath is not happening in the past. It's happening presently. With your intention to wake up, the awareness that this is a new beginning. It's your first time doing this. With a deep and abiding listening, not merely with your ears, your entire being. Is a broadcast saying, let there be light and love and beauty and life everywhere. Catch that broadcast with your inner ear. Sacred silence. Sacred silence. Stillness, silence, sacred solitude. See yourself infused with more light and luminosity direct from the fountain of all creation. Right where you are is the presence of love and beauty and intelligence. It's happening now. As we emerge from this depth of silence and stillness, refreshed and reinvigorated from the touchstone of that which is real and eternal, we offer great gratitude and thanksgiving and appreciation for our life. And we feel our total oneness with the presence. It's never an absence. And the very word that is being spoken is a word of love and beauty and intelligence. It is the word of God for each and every one of us to be free now. We accept this word, this vibrational frequency of freedom, wellness, well-being, harmonizing prosperity and abundance, pure joy, bliss, and ecstasy, all happening now. We give thanks for this and so much more, and we allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. As you slowly open your eyes, let me welcome you to yourself, greater contact with your real self. Have a beautiful day. Peace and blessings. I truly hope that you are enjoying Take Back Your Mind podcast. The Take Back Your Mind podcast is sponsored primarily by the Agape International Spiritual Center. In other words, everything that you see in terms of the staff that puts this together, the editing, the equipment, all of this is sponsored by our Agape International Spiritual Center. So if you are enjoying the podcast, I'm inviting you to support the sponsor. Support Agape. Simply go to agapelive.com and make a donation. And say in the donation that you are supporting the podcast. It allows us to keep broadcasting. It allows us to keep putting these magnificent moments together with these wonderful people that I get to interview. We keep having the possibility of updating the equipment that's necessary and providing the wonderful content that many of you are writing in and saying, I really love the podcast. support the podcast, support the sponsor, Agape International Spiritual Center, agapelive.com. You can also text to donate. You can text the word GIVE to 424-321-6243 and put podcast so that we know that you're really supporting this wonderful podcast. Our secondary sponsor is AdaptoZen, ADAPTOZEN. This is my superfood greens. It's nutritionally dense because I teach spirit, mind, and body. We want our body temples to be healthy. So one of the products is my superfood greens. You can go to NutraRise.com. Those three little lines you see, you hit those three little lines and you'll see AdaptoZen. There's two products, my superfood greens and a product called Elevate, which are organic mushrooms for your health. You can put both in your smoothies so that you have main ingredients for the health of your body temple. These are our sponsors. Primary sponsor, Agape International Spiritual Center. Secondary sponsor, AdaptoZen. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be wise. Circulate and share. Peace and blessings. Your time is very valuable, so I want to thank you for lending us your ear and participating in taking back your mind. If you want to submit a question for the question of the week, please submit it to podcast@michaelbeckwith.com. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, please submit a review and let us know your thoughts. Stay on top of current episodes by subscribing to the podcast so that you'll receive alerts and not miss one single episode. And feel free to share this podcast with all of your friends and family. And until we meet again, take back your mind, and you will take back your life. Peace and blessings.